So the question is, does Amazon hate review sites? Is it even approved? Is it allowed? Are you going to get shut down? Will you get banned or blocked, or you're going to lose your book? I am Alana from Bursey Twin Stories, and my twin sister and I, we have been doing a lot of research into review sites. We are children's book authors, and we write stories from a trauma-informed parenting lens as foster parents. And so we are authors just like you. We are trying to get our book out there, and we want to do it right. Okay. So I'm going to share with you today some of the mistakes we made and the things we have learned, because spoiler alert here, Amazon's biggest bone to pick, it's not actually with a lot of review sites. As long as the review site is legit and doesn't do review swapping and is just a site where people can read books and leave honest reviews, that doesn't really bother Amazon. The problem that Amazon has is actually with you as the author. So I'm going to explain today how you as an author can fix what it is you're doing, and so you can make sure that you are not on the wrong side of Amazon, okay? So you as an author also need to do your due diligence and your research. I made this video at the very beginning of 2026, and so Amazon can change their policies at any point. Make sure you're reading through your contract. I know some of them can be long, but it is so important that you as an author, you take responsibility for what you are agreeing to. There are right things you can do as an author, and there are wrong things you can do as an author. So please watch this video, learn what we found, and learn from our mistakes so that we can show you the good and right way to use review sites. Because review sites can be an amazing tool, but you do need to make sure that you are using them properly. So a lot of people will ask questions. I found when I was doing research about review sites, people often kind of ask, oh, is it okay with Amazon? Is this website approved by Amazon? Is Amazon okay with this? Okay, it was always about, is Amazon okay with the website? But the thing about asking this is it's kind of the wrong question. There probably are a lot of review sites out there, maybe by scammers, that are horrible and you shouldn't use, okay? Amazon wants good, honest reviews. They don't want people being swayed or being pressured or paid or bribed, okay? Amazon wants people to read your book and then leave an honest review. No strings attached. They also don't want review swapping. So if I read your book, they don't really want you to read mine, because there's just naturally going to be a bit of that persuasion or influence that, oh, if I give that person a good review, maybe they'll give me a good review. So they don't want review swapping, okay? And so if you can find a review site that doesn't do review swapping, awesome. We are actually working on a video right now. It's about a month and a half right now in the making, where my sister and I, we try different review sites, and in that video, we are going to share our experience with each one. We're going to share the pros, the cons, what works, what doesn't. So check out our channel. We'll probably post it in the comments here once it's finally posted. There are some good review sites out there, and we will explain why they're good. But this video is about how you need to make sure that you are in good standing with Amazon, because there are a lot of authors out there on these review sites who are doing things that they've maybe agreed with Amazon not to do. And so just because you look on this website and you see a whole bunch of other people doing something does not necessarily mean that it is the right thing to do. So an example of this is some review sites, not all, will ask you to upload a PDF of your book, okay? Because they are going to share that PDF with their readers, so their readers can view your book, have access to your book, and then leave a review. Sounds harmless enough, right? Most authors just think, well, if I'm willing to give away a free copy, that's my loss. But the thing that authors are forgetting is that some of us, some of you, have your book on Kindle Unlimited. And Kindle Unlimited is part of a program called KDP Select. And if you are a member of that program, you have agreed to a contract. All right, so I wanted to share with you really quick right here in the terms and conditions on KDP This is the Kindle Direct Publishing Terms and Conditions. We all signed this as authors when we uploaded digital ebooks or paperbacks when we became part of KDP. So these are all the things you can see. You scroll down and, as authors, when we agree to this, we are supposed to read all of these terms and conditions, and it talks about, paperbacks and rights to books and selling it in different countries, and there's so much information. I hope you read all this because the important part that I'm getting to is way at the bottom. A lot of authors don't make it to the bottom, but they are missing important parts to the contract that they are agreeing to. So, see, I'm still going all the way to here, 10. All right, so it's around 10 here, what we're looking for. There we go. Finally made it to the part of the contract that a lot of authors are missing, that I missed. Terms and conditions for the KDP Select program. So here it tells you KDP is an option for KDP publishers. While you are enrolled in this Select program, your digital book must be exclusive to us. That exclusive word is the word that really matters. And will be included in the Kindle Unlimited and any substantial equivalent Kindle subscription programs. And they talk about the program. So then they clarify down here. Number 1 says, when you include a digital book in KDP Select, you give us, that's Amazon, the exclusive right to sell and distribute your digital book in digital format while your book is in KDP Select. They say, during this period of exclusivity, you cannot sell or distribute or give anyone else the right to sell or distribute your digital book or a book that is substantially similar to your ebook in digital format in any territory where you have rights, which for most of us, that's all around the world, right? Okay, I hope you read this, okay? It's very clear. If you're part of this program, we can't sell or even distribute. So if you're part of Kindle Select, that means that you have signed on to, they put your book on Kindle Unlimited. You get those 5 free days every 90 days where you get to put your Kindle book for free and you get downloads and they're verified reviews. It's amazing, okay? We all love this Kindle Select program. Beautiful. But with that program, with getting our book as part of their program to all their readers, we have agreed to this exclusivity, which means that we cannot distribute other forms of our digital ebook, okay? So all of a sudden, by you uploading that PDF, you are breaking your agreement with Amazon, okay? And I made that mistake too. When you watch our video that's coming out, we share our progress of uploading different documents. And then there was a really nice person on Facebook who just politely told us, hey, is your book on Kindle Unlimited? I'm not quite sure that you're supposed to be giving out the PDF. Because Amazon wants us to direct people to Kindle Unlimited. Part of that agreement is that they're going to show our book to their whole library of readers in that program. And then us as authors, we agree, great, we're giving you that book for those 90 days. If you are part of the KDP Select and Kindle Unlimited, don't panic. There are lots of review sites that work for you. Okay, so at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you some of the sites that we have tried and tested that work in compliance with KDP Select. Okay, so don't panic thinking, oh my goodness, I've got to quit in order to use review sites, okay? Some review sites are not in compliance with giving away free copies, but there are some that we're going to talk about later in this video that do work because they don't involve giving free copies. They use other methods and other ways that I'm going to talk about to share your book. Now, the thing is, after those 90 days, if you don't keep renewing that contract, if you end it, then you're free. And so it's really important that we read those contracts that we sign. In life, we can't have it all, okay? So often we want to have it all, but there are certain limits and guidelines and things that are in place that we need to follow. And one of these things is that part of that contract in agreeing to the amazing Kindle Select program with Kindle Unlimited and all those benefits that they give is that we agree not to give out any other form of ebook of our book. So, what this meant for me is we realized, oh my goodness, we are joining this review site that asks us for our PDF. So, what you can do is you can take your book off that review site. So, one of our books we are keeping off the review site until the 90 days are up. And then once we end that contract with KDP Select, we're going to put that book back on the review site. And then there's another book we have that is not on Kindle Unlimited and it's not in that program yet. And so we are going to use that book on the review site. And Amazon's totally okay with that because we're not breaking an agreement if we never made the agreement, okay? So the main thing is if you're on Kindle Unlimited, you got to really think hard about what that agreement is that you made. And then you have to decide how many times you're going to renew that contract. And then once you end it, then you're free to give away as many free PDFs, digital copies of your ebook as you'd like. Okay? So I hope we made this clear. It was a big learning curve for me. Somehow we had missed it when we signed up. I know we agreed to it, but sometimes as an author, you go through the KDP process 6 months ago and then, or a year ago or 5 years ago, and then you hear about this new review site and it sounds awesome. You get all excited. And it's easy to just suddenly jump on board and be like, oh my goodness, this is for me. I'm going to do it. Okay. But you need to remember that contract that you signed a long time ago. And if you're still part of it, you still need to honor it. So we just really wanted to clarify that because that was a mistake in our other video where we talk about the book platform Goodnight Reads. We made the mistake of uploading one of our books to it. And we've taken it off. We have fixed our mistake, okay? We always try to point people to Kindle Unlimited when we use it, but you just got to make sure we don't want to do the wrong thing. People will mention not wanting to do certain review sites because they only want verified reviews. Now, verified reviews are the best, okay? Because that means this person has purchased your book. So you've made money off it and they're leaving a review. So that's a win-win for everybody, Amazon and the author. Verified reviews are always the best. But the thing is, Amazon also gives us a whole bunch of author copies, okay? Which they know we then sell, distribute, give away. And those people are going to read those author copies and they're going to leave reviews. And those reviews will not be verified because there's no way for Amazon to track where those books go, right? Once we get them. So Amazon knows there's going to be some unverified reviews. They also know that we are, doing school visits and we are uploading read alouds to YouTube, and that's all allowed, okay? Amazon is totally okay with that. So what can you do? How can you use the review sites properly? One thing you can do is you can take your book off KDP Select, the KDP Unlimited program. That program is amazing for what it offers and when it's what you need. But if what you need is to get your book onto these review sites, then your first step is going to be to take it off of that KDP Select program when the contract ends. And then you're free to give your PDFs to whichever site you would like and get your reviews. Or the second thing you can do, you can also only post on review sites that don't ask for PDFs. When you check out our video, we will explain which review sites need PDFs and which ones don't. There are quite a few review sites that don't ask for a PDF. They will send people to Kindle Unlimited to read the books. Everybody on that site has Kindle Unlimited and they will all use that to view your book. So you don't necessarily have to leave Kindle Unlimited to get lots of reviews. There are sites. You just need to make sure that you are on the right review site for you that is in accordance with what you have agreed to. There are also a lot of sites that offer verified review options. So they are sending out to their readers the link to your Amazon account so people can purchase it on Kindle or paperback. And then once they purchase it, it's a verified review. So those review sites are pretty fun because your book gets purchased. Legally, everything is great, win-win for everybody all around. So at the end of the day, you as an author need to do research to find the best review site. But the purpose of this video was just to reflect that it is not necessarily the review sites that are breaking the rules. It is you as the author who needs to do due diligence, reflect, and make sure that you are in compliance with what Amazon wants. The review sites, they set their stipulations, they set their rules, and then they're just trusting that the authors are doing the right thing. If you are not allowed to upload a PDF, don't upload a PDF, right? But it is pretty neat and a good reminder that there are options. So again, check out our other video where we will show you review sites that don't need PDFs. Okay, so there are lots of things that you can do. Just make sure you're doing your research to make sure that you have found the right review site for you. But other people can use that review site and they are not in the wrong if they have not signed the same contract as you. So sometimes people seem to think just because maybe I'm not allowed to do something doesn't necessarily mean if other authors have not signed that contract, they don't have to do what you have to do. All right, so as always, show love, show grace to your fellow authors. I'm very grateful for the wonderful person who just kindly explained to us and pointed us in the right direction so that we could make changes to how we were doing things because we want to be in compliance and we want to follow Amazon's guidelines. So one of our biggest learnings was, number one, read the guidelines, remember the guidelines. I have agreed to those guidelines and I need to do what they say. Okay? No and, if, or buts. Just because everyone else might be doing it wrong, you as the author need to be responsible and follow that contract that you agreed to. Learning number two, do your research and find out how the review sites work before you judge them, before you smash them, before you think that they're all wrong. Check what they offer, check what other people's experience have been, and then you make your own informed decision. Because at the end of the day, we all love reading. We all love reading books. We all want to share our books with the world. And so we just wanted to help you share your book with the world in a way that you won't get in trouble and that you're following what you're supposed to be doing. So I hope that you have learned from our story and our mistake with not reading the fine print and remembering exactly what it was that contract was for. But luckily, this is a short contract with Kindle Unlimited, and so changes can be made. It is not forever. But you do need to make sure that you are doing the right thing. And if there are people out there who continue to ignore the rules and regulations, Amazon does threaten some things. So when we know better, we can do better. If you realize you've made a mistake and maybe you've breached the Amazon contract, you know what? You know now. So now you can change. You can stop what you're doing and you can choose to stop sending out your digital copies until you are done with the Kindle Select program. It is never too late to change, as they say. So I hope that this video informs you so that you can make the right decision and the best decision for you and for your book so that your book can continue to be successful and get reviews and be seen by the world. I do apologize about the lighting. I know you kind of see it changing. My screen will sometimes go to sleep and come on. It's like, woo, the light changed, as well as just the time of day. The sun is going down and now it's completely dark. So I apologize. The lighting has been changing through this video.